Hello, Ian Gabriel here. This is the Samsung Galaxy S21. By the time you are watching this, you may have already seen the release of the Samsung Galaxy S24 series, so why am I talking about this now? Well, I speak with the vast majority of people when I say that smartphones are still expensive. Now, for those who are wondering if they can snatch a great deal with old flagships, I'll leave my long-term review of the Samsung Galaxy S21. I got mine in the second-hand market, and I've been using this phone since November 2022. That's over 16 months now. And what I will say is that the phone has survived the test of time and is still incredibly functional. With a Gorilla Glass Victus screen, a matte polycarbonate back with a camera bump made of steel and aluminum frames, this phone is surprisingly premium quality. Though that admittedly the matte textured back is incredibly slippery. Dual stereo speakers are decent. Has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner which is fast and can read through a premium compatible screen protector. Face unlock which is not too secure. All three buttons are at the right side. No expandable storage, having 128 gigs of base storage, IP68, water and dust resistance, and has an overall build quality that I think most people would appreciate. Though through my years having this as my main phone, I did cause damage to the plastic back and side rails, but I carefully managed to keep my screen glass spotless. Just simply slap a case on it and it looks good as new. The phone is small and compact, with about 6.2 inches of display, dynamic AMOLED 1080 by 2400 pixels and 421 pixel density. Though in the settings, you can't adjust to high resolution, but you can switch to the 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. The only gripe I have with the display is its max nits brightness of 1300 nits, which is not that viewable in very harsh sunlight. But overall, I've been enjoying the screen. It's smooth and sharp enough that I can enjoy watching high-resolution content, playing games in 120Hz. I've learned to embrace the punch hole in the display because it never intrudes anything at all. I mean, come on, you couldn't possibly get distracted by this one spot on the screen, right? Right? Anyway, Samsung software also has an eye comfort shield and an extra dim option in case you want to take care of your eyes at night. And the best part of it all, for over 1 year of using this phone, I've never had any signs of dead pixel or screen burns, AMOLED screen burns, at all. Now that's how you talk about longevity. Now, this phone is powered by the Snapdragon 888, which is no longer the fastest in today's standards, but let me tell you, doing everything in this phone is still a breeze, for real. I've even installed 2 different launchers here and a ton of apps, and it's still having no problems. You can only find it lagging and slowing down when you really put it into those stressing situations, heavy processing, like editing videos and playing games for hours while having it overheated and running at 10% battery. Oh, and speaking of battery, there's a 4000 mAh cell powering this thing, which is also the main thing I was having problems with the base S21. Now, I'm a heavy user, admittedly, and I can't help it. I'm holding my phone almost 90% of the day, almost every day, especially when I'm not doing any heavy tasks or special projects. So I spend my usage on entertainment, playing games, and mindless scrolling. The battery does take a toll, causing me to damage my battery health, reducing it up to 75% battery health. Comparing it to, Apple's measuring standards is 75% battery health. But again, I bought this unit secondhand and batteries degrade over time. But the point still stands that when you are a heavy user like me, the battery is also going to be a huge downside for you. It does have up to 25 watts fast wired charging, 15 watts wireless, and 4.5 reverse wireless charging. Let me tell you, reverse charging is not something you want to sleep at. It's actually helped me to charge my Samsung Galaxy Watch and Samsung Buds on multiple occasions. Or you could even help a friend too, considering that their phone is also compatible with Qi wireless charging. The cameras are amazing. On paper, it doesn't look that impressive as a 12 megapixel main camera, 64 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10 megapixel selfie camera, which is a weird decision by Samsung at the time, putting the highest megapixel count on a 3x telephoto. But let me tell you my personal experience. You could never really have a complaint with any of these cameras, except when you're shooting at low light. But when it comes to daytime photos, even indoor photos, this phone never fails to give me a satisfying or near satisfying shot at all. It's pretty good. The 64 megapixel telephoto camera speaks for itself. With zoom shots from 3x up to 5x are still getting good and acceptable photos. Though with this configuration, the 64 megapixel high-res picture mode tends to crop in a little bit. Video can get up to 8K 24 frames per second and 4K 60 frames per second. Stabilization is acceptable. It does have a super steady video mode, which in my experience, I don't think it improves stability that much, but you can go ahead and try it. Selfie camera is good enough, but mostly I don't use it. Ultra-wide camera is great. It doesn't change in color science in switching to the other lenses. The main lens is amazing. It's what I used most anyway, and has a ton of extra camera features that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy S21 is a decent phone to get in 2024. But let me give you a list of advice. You're probably getting this unit secondhand as well, so please be mindful of the condition of the phone, especially on the battery, hardware, and software issues. If you're getting one for an amazing deal and a condition that is almost new, well, you're in luck. However, this phone is a small, compact phone. So if you wanted a bigger screen and better battery life, you'd better opt for the Plus or Ultra version if your budget could top it. The base S21 is for people who want a compact phone that can give a ton of power and carry a very balanced performance on all aspects of a phone at a small and cheaper package. And with the Samsung ecosystem and One UI 6 latest version, let me tell you, if you know how to fully take advantage of all of these jam-packed features, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to enjoy the phone, because heck, I sure did. Thank you all for watching my long-term review of the Samsung Galaxy S21. Let me know in the comments down below, will you get it as a main phone or a spare phone? Or are you eyeing other old flagships lately? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content like these, and I'll see you guys elsewhere.